Hi everybody, welcome to another From Will It Start to Finish. Today's story is going to be about my 1964 GMC, aka Gus the Grain Hauler. Guys, I still use Gus every single year. I can always count on this one to get me through in a pinch. Found this one at a neighbor's house sitting in the woods. They quit using it several years back, and what a perfect opportunity for me to scoop that up and put it right back to work. Hope you enjoy, guys. Here's the story of Gus. Well, guys, we are about to embark on an adventurous journey. Well, that's not true at all. Let's drag home some more junk. Sorry, little one, you can't come on this trip. Someone's got to stay here and guard the place. That's you. Alright, guys. Here's my new grain wagon. Pretty, ain't she? That's a 401 Magnum V6. Complete. So far as I can see, turns over by hand. Oh, not complete. Missing a plug wire. It's alright, I got just a thing for that. Gone ahead and done some extermination. We got the 5-on-4, 87,000 miles, air brakes. I'm ready to haul ass. Definitely been sitting here for an extended period of time. Oh well, we don't let that bother us. These aren't getting any lighter as I'm getting older. Wow, look at that. This struggle is real, my friends. Make sure nothing gets hot here. Don't see any smoke coming out of it yet, so that's good. Let's just bump the key and see what happens. There it is. Well, my day just got better. Suppose I should get the air filter off, check the oil, check the antifreeze, check the spark, hook up some good gas to it, and I got a good feeling this is going to work. I can see I might need to go back for tools. I'm thankful they shut the choke before they parked it. Got oil. It's not that bad either. There's a fuel inlet right there. So I think I'm going to tap into that. Clear out this line. Clean off the top of the carb. Get some power steering fluid. Make sure we got spark. Then good things are going to happen. All right, guys, let's dig into the meat and potatoes of this thing, if you will. Okay, that's good. Try and not suck all that down into the engine. Then I have no compressed air, so super duper. Oh well, it could be a whole lot worse. And I have no vacuum, so also, whatever, it is what it is. carburetor and see if she pops. Let's see if it says anything. Okay, well, it was worth a shot. So let's do this the unfunner way. I can see. What can I see here? I got wires going there, from there, there, into there. Yep. My bet is if I polish the points, I'll probably get the spark I'm looking for here. Probably. Let's do all of those things. Okay, guys, I went ahead and pulled the points out of this because doing this in the truck was not going to be possible. And as you can see here, well, maybe you can't, I don't know. There's a lot of corrosion inside of there. Now, the right thing for me to do now would be just to run to the auto parts store and grab another set of points and put them in, but I'm not going to do that. Should, but I'm not gonna. I'll wait till it's in my driveway, provided it makes it there. What I am going to do is just take some, come on now, I got some 320 grit wet or dry sandpaper, and I'm just going to slide them through there, and that will probably make these work just fine. Let's see if I can. That's better. Oh yeah. I gotta say, that's not bad to work on by any means, but boy, this, yep, we can't. What did I get myself into here? If I don't make it out of this live, tell my wife I love her. Come on, you. Oh, I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. No question about that. You guys pay attention to that for me. In fact, I like that. Let's see what happens. Let's just keep pouring everything to it. Yeah. Why not? Hey, that sounded like a start. Well, she snorted, guys, so we're gonna drag her home the easy way. And then I'll work on it from the comfort of my own red barn. Okay, guys, so I got that big, powerful beast home. And started digging a little deeper. See if I get it to do more than just a huff and snort. So I went ahead and pulled this carburetor apart. It needed it anyway because this truck's been sitting since, from any guess I could tell you, the guy I bought it from said it'd been easily 20 years. I found something from 2004 in it, so that's all of 18 years. But yeah, have a look in there. That's definitely causing me some troubles. Now, I was getting gas through my needle and seat here. That was working. Float was working. The float's not full of new gas. But definitely nothing's getting through those main jets. Or that. Or any of it. And the accelerator pump is shot. So, now it looks like it's just Like if you've ever had a Quadrajet apart, that little guy right there looks just like what it is. And I've got a spare kit for a Quadrajet around here, so I was lucky. I didn't tear any of these gaskets, so it's just going to have to go back together because I'm sure I won't be able to get a kit for it. And if I can, it might be, who knows, 6 months. But nevertheless, I'm going to clean this out, see if I can put that back together, put a set of plugs in this truck, and I will be back with you shortly here. Okay, carburetor's back together. I put it back in. I tried my fuel pump. It looks like it might work. Let's give this a shot. Upgrades in the background. Nothing that's real fun. Nothing like what I've got planned today. But the old truck needed a few, let's just say she needed to have a few things freshened up after its little 20-year siesta that it had been on. So last week I had to go through and kind of work out all the speed bumps. I had to replace a few things. Nothing serious, just had a brake relay valve go bad. Needed an oil change. Carburetor kit was more than a carburetor. Got a new set of points because the old ones are pretty worn out. They don't even work right out of the box. Fuel tank had some rust in it. But other than that, it's been really, really good. And everything working like a charm now, with the exception of that mess in my yard. So today, let's give her a makeover. Fluffy, ready to get to work? Come on, let's do this. Got Fluffy giving her a CAT scan up top there. Okay, so my plan of attack, as with every one of these pieces of crap that I drag home, I'm probably just going to go ahead and take off anything that I can take off. Some things are going to stay, but like probably get that off, mirrors, air horns, maybe the cab lights, windshield wipers, just the necessities. Give her a good, scrape her up good. How does she look up there? You better watch out up there. Them swallows are gonna get you. They are not friendly. I got these fenders that are gonna need a little piece of metal welded in here just to, not so much here, but kind of right here. There's a lot of open space, so we're just going to fill that right in. And then I'm going to disappoint everybody by painting it the wrong color. Going to need the I wasn't asking ratchet for a few of these. Tricky. AstroTurf. Huh. In the essence of keeping this thing, as I usually do, budget friendly. Because, well, I ain't got any money. I have to do what I have to do. There's a couple ways we could go about this. One, I could just buy a new fender. Nope, that is absolutely not budget friendly. I could hop in old Black Betty there and take a ride to the Tractor Supply or whatever and grab a piece of sheet metal to weld in here. That would be somewhat budget friendly, and that would fix my problem. I'm going to do you one better, though. Wandering into my big barn of secrets and treasures here, I've discovered I got a whole bunch of these pieces of tin from these, you know, these tin shelving units. These didn't cost me a penny. You guessed it. They're going right in there. Just throw it. Okay. Yep, that'll be fine. 3 inches in. So we'll just. There. Now I got a little template. I can always trim off that if I have to. I'm sure that'll work just fine. All right, now let me just grab my my zapper, give her a few zapperoos. Maybe I'll even cut a small chunk out for what's missing there. And I'm feeling pretty darn good about this. By golly. Will the door open? Yes, mostly. Yep. That's the ticket. Well, now guys, don't go into this guns blazing thinking that's going to be just awesome the first time you do it all, because it's not gonna. But, you know, go slow, do your best. Grinders are here for a reason. The important thing is to not start at the top and try to zing a big old bead all the way down. This will, I mean, it ain't straight to begin with, but you're going to be in for a whole world of hurt afterward. So, let me get this done. And there you go, guys. Just like that. Brand new sheet metal. Now for the fill. And look, this truck's already prepped and ready to go. So I guess without further ado, it's prime time for prime time. There we go. All right, guys, so that's what I'm gonna call a primer. Now I know what you're saying. You're saying, you might think, hey, this primer, you know, I'm not exactly the most uncolorblind fella, but even I can see that they don't match. And let me tell you why. This paint job is what I call a freebie. You know, like you'll shit on a shingle, put everything left that you got left. This, I'm investing zero, well, I take that back. I paid for the tape yesterday. Everything else that you see that I'm using on this truck is all leftovers. Now, including the color of the truck, the clear. Obviously, I had a little bit of this primer, had a little bit of that primer. Just shoot the whole thing on, whatever. Let's be reasonable. This is a 70-year-old grain hauler that's going to drive 50 miles a year, and my goal here is to make it look a whole lot nicer than it did, and for practically no money. There's nothing wrong with being poor, guys. Just a lot of people suck at it. Now, when you can be poor and be good at it, then you can have nice things. All right, I'm going to give that a little more time to flash off, and then right, guys, let's get some clear on this thing and see what we end up with. Well, guys, that's not so bad. It may have more orange peel than the entire state of Florida, but I've often said when you paint something outdoors in the bright sunny heat, it doesn't work out. So I'm very satisfied with what I've got here. I gotta get all that tape off, get the rest of the goodies on. We're gonna call it a day today. All I got left to do is the frame in the box, and well, I don't have a power washer right now handy to work on that, so I'm just gonna leave it at this. Well, guys, what do you say we finish this one up? All right, my friends, time to get Gus finished up here. I got other projects to work on. I need to have this ready to go. So as you can see, I've done a few things. I painted up my wheels when no one was looking. I got the frame all touched up. Looking nice. Got my headlights and markers working. Got brake lights. If anybody was curious how my rust hole ended up, not bad. A little divot right there, but who gives the turkey? That looks pretty good. That big hole that was in the bottom of the door, gone. So there's only one more step in this whole equation. I gotta paint this box, and I decided to keep the box its original red. I don't have a good reason for that, only that that's the most leftover paint that I had. Now what I did, I took all the leftover red that I had. I dumped them all in one big can. Like I said, this has got to be on a budget of $0. So I threw all these paints together. I come up with about a pretty full gallon. So now the downside is I don't know. This is a lot. There's a lot of real estate to cover here, and I don't know. Let's just say I don't know how thick I'm going to get a gallon of paint to cover all of said real estate. So I guess all I can do, I've already power washed it. I'm going to take my little buzzy sander and just kind of rough up some of the rust a little bit, blow it off with my leaf blower, and just let it rip. And I think, well, I guess we're all in this together. We're going to see how well that turns out. So guys, I don't know if any of you are in the advertising business, but I'm guessing if you've ever sanded down a billboard, this is what this is going to be a lot like what I can imagine that would be like. I've never sanded a billboard down, nor do I want to, but I think this is going to be all the practice I want with that. Now, friends, in proper form, what one would want to do here you know, if they were going for that look. You know, start with about 120 grit, and then sand it with 220, and then probably put a good heavy coat of primer on, then sand that with 320, and probably another good heavy coat of primer, sand that with 400, and then hit it with some base coat, some clear coat, and boy, that would be just beautiful. We're going to be doing none of that. I'm going to sand it with whatever sandpaper I can find, just to, you know, knock that scaly stuff off. And then we're just going to take the spray gun and, you know, kind of drain and refill. You know, drain and refill, just like you're painting a fence in your backyard. So I guess this thing ain't going to sand itself. I might as well get to it. Okay, friends, that's gonna be pretty good for that side. Now I know what you're saying. You're probably thinking to yourself, you know, hey, you might not have got it all. It doesn't look very good. And let me tell you, to the naked eye, that might not look right. But if you put some clothes on your eye, I can't see a single imperfection in that whole thing. That is showroom ready. Let's hit the next step here. Well, guys, I had a little change of heart, a little change of plans. I decided that rather than take the leaf blower and blow some of that off, that I'd just take the power washer and wash it one last time. What's it gonna hurt? Nothing.
You are an unstoppable good idea machine!
All right, guys, well, I guess the wind is now blowing real hard, so I guess if brakes were like COVID, I still wouldn't catch one. I suppose I'm just gonna crawl up there. Now, like I said, I've only got a gallon of this paint. Everything I mixed together, and I mean, she's topped off to a gallon, so that's what I've got. We're gonna call this Victory Ferguson Red. I guess, wish me luck. This is gonna be tricky. Well, friends, what do you think? I'll take claim to that. I'll drive that to town this year. Heck yeah. Well, I suppose that's gonna do it for me. Believe it or not, well, maybe you do, I don't know. That pretty much took the entire day. The day's shot now. So I guess I'm just gonna back that in there next to Turd Ferguson and call it a day. This project is done, my friends. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the story of my 64 GMC today. Like I said, I use that truck every year. It's been very reliable for me. I'm really glad that I picked that one up. Well, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Now this is a little different than most transmissions. First stop drive doesn't work, but third does. Neutral is park, reverse is second. If you want to use reverse, put it in drive. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
And the accelerator sticks too, so be careful. But don't be afraid of it. You got to give it to her or it's going to stall.
I can do this, Ricky.
Now take it for a little test drive and get used to it.
I know how to drive, man.
You also know how to be stupid.